Glorious day to you, my friends. Welcome to Shine, Stargate Heart, Illuminate Your Natural Essence. We are on day number 55 of 108. And in this Shine series, we are exploring our heart centers, we're simply spending time with it, and chanting the magical chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times each day, just spending time with our inner being, our true authentic self, while chanting and breathing. And maybe, no goal, no intention set, but just maybe our inner being will share with us some of its wisdom, and maybe even reveal some of its superpowers. For in our heart centers, is our true authentic self, is our holy fire, our bright light, the purusha, the consciousness that pervades everything. So our heart center is automatically, it originated from original consciousness, and it is connected to everything. Through all these ideas of separation, and we are using the mala of joy, which breaks up the 108 seeds in a mala into 9 groups of 12, where each of the 9 groups represents one of the chakras in our light body, our energetic field, it's really our ascension vehicle. Gonna switch my legs now. Where at the bottom of our Merkaba is Vasundara, the Earth Star Chakra, our connection to this planet, in this physicality. Then moving up, we're in our root chakra, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, our heart center, Anahata, Vishuddha, the throat chakra, Anya or Agnya, our third eye chakra, intuition, our crown chakra, Sahasrara, and at the top of our Merkaba, Niyaryoko Uhushakatitiariata, Vyapini, the soul star chakra, the goddess who is everywhere, and in each of the 12 seeds that make up each of the 9 chakras, we're breaking it up into 4 groups of 3, modeled after Samavriti Pranayama, where we're breathing in the energy of the chakra. We are holding with a full set of lungs. We are exciting the energy of the chakra. We're playing with it. We're figuring out what it is, but we're building up the energy. Then we breathe out. And that's what phase we're on now. We're on day 1 of the Radiate. We are shining it outwards for 3 days, and then holding our breath at the bottom of an empty set of lungs, we are embodying the energy of the chakra. Ain't no big thing. We totally get it. Let's see if you notice. Subtly, we're not focusing on it. It is not a goal. It is the most natural thing for your inner being to do. Your source within, your true authentic self. It is the most natural thing to breathe in energy into every chakra. It is the most natural thing for it to excite the energy in the chakra. And then we can't hold our excitement anymore. It is the natural thing for it to do, to radiate outward. And After we're radiating it, it is the most natural thing for it to do is to harmonize it. Actually, this harmonization state that happens on days 10, 11, and 12 are the true state of each of our chakras. It's the true state of our inner being. We know everything. We are everything. We're connected to everything. And everything is effortless and natural. We think it, it happens. We think a question, we create the answer at the same time. The rest of the phases are only because we are experiencing separation, because we're experiencing this 3D reality where we think we're separate, where we think we're experiencing this physicality. Because we're exploring who we are and we're exploring what consciousness is. That's why we came here onto planet Earth. That's why we incarnated in the white ray, because we wanted to experience the most contrast, and then report back what we experience, what we feel, what we think about this whole thing. Do we know ourselves any better? Do we understand consciousness any better? And not that this is a goal for us. It's a byproduct of this earthly experience. And Abraham Hicks says it wisely with us navigating this through contrast. If we're experiencing contrast, simply it's our inner being informing us, hey, my dude, my dudette outside, yoo-hoo, there's a way better way of looking at the situation. If you take a listen, 717, if we take a listen, aligning with unity. If you take a listen, I'll share with you the secrets of joy and of alignment with how you prefer this reality to be. And that's what we're doing. And simply by setting our intention early on, I intend to radiate the energies outward. That's all that's necessary. No focus, no continued intention. That is enough because the universe responds, our inner being responds. It's the most natural thing for our inner being to do is to radiate awesomeness outward in all the ideas of separation in this viewpoint based on our filters of what we have, what we see, what we choose to see it by, to fulfill our exploration. Your inner being is so proud of you. Your source within, God, your angels, they're so proud of you. You are 100% successful in everything that you do. No matter what, they love you and they see that you are successful because they see you in the highest light. They see you as a light being who's trying to explore and experience. Whether you, through your judgment of ego, see it as bad, or whether you see it in your judgment of ego as good, or pleasurable, or preferable, whatever it is, what you send out to the universe is what you get back. If you send out frustration, you're getting back frustration. You're 100% successful. Well done. But if that is not what you prefer, let's try something different. Something else. Change it. That's what 5 is all about. 5 is change. The 5s in tarot are also conflict, but let's just call it contrast. because we came here to experience the contrast, to learn from it, to learn to listen to our inner being. It's not necessarily to overcome the contrast, because that's way too hard, that's way too much of a goal. But if we listen to our inner being, if we just do nothing, or maybe use a tool of the mind like chanting, or a tool of the mind like breathing, or using a tool of the mind like listening to gentle music in a dimly lit room, maybe surrounded by crystals if you like crystals. Those are all things that support us in and we give ourselves permission to sit with ourselves when we do this. Because there is no higher authority than your source within. There's nobody to report to. Our angels are cheering us on 100% of the time. We are the fire. We are the change. We are the vibration. We are the Om of the universe. In this change, fire, the definition of fire is the visible evidence of matter changing form. That's it. By definition, Manipura is change. We are the masters of change, and that's what 55 is. The master of change, the master of, we can even call it the master of vibration, the master human. We simply need to grant ourselves permission to be as awesome as our inner being is. And that sounds like too much work. We just need to grant ourselves permission to spend time with our inner being. That's it. That's it. And that's where the intention comes in. We set our intention to make the time to chant or any other tool. If you speak light language and you don't resonate with chanting, then speak light language. Breathe and speak light language. I'm doing both in this series, okay? And if you just want to listen to the light language and sit there, you will benefit, because you are devoted to your intention to listen to your inner being. And it does not matter if you can't hear anything. If you spend the entire time, the 18 minutes, if you spend the entire 18 minutes simply breathing and listening to the monkey mind, then letting it go, and listening to it and letting it go, and listening to it and letting it go. Every time you let it go, you're reinforcing the letting go. And you are benefiting. And if you're just sitting there with your monkey mind and chanting, you're benefiting. I suggest chanting. Only because it is so simple to say Om Mani Padme Hum. And if you're counting on the 8 count, you're focusing on the count, you're focusing on matching up and syncing up with the default track, the recording that I do before this video and the recording that I do afterwards. You're syncing up with it, and you're focusing on the syncing up with it. And that focus right there is reinforcing in the logical mind. It's reinforcing all this behavior. I'm not saying that anything is going to happen at the end of this series, like you're going to be able to bilocate. I'm not saying that you'll be able to change your size to be, 14 feet tall and then down to 1 foot tall at will. No, I'm not saying that you can do that. The possibility is there, because those are some of the superpowers that are documented in the Hrit Chakra on the petals. And I'm not saying you're going to be able to astral travel, or be able to speak light language, or be able to channel, or be able to do anything. But if you complete all 108 days, it doesn't matter when you do it. And if you're starting on today, day 55, and then you finish the series, and then you go back and you do the first 54, you'll benefit. If you do the same day over and over and over and over again, you're benefiting because you're finding the time to do it. You're setting your intention to find the time to do it, and you're doing it. And every moment that we spend with our inner being, not listening to our monkey mind, not listening to everything else, is exactly that. They're reinforcing moments of listening to your inner being, of your joy inside, of your light inside, of your fire inside, of the passion inside, of the excitement, of the radiating being that is inside. The more that we spend time with it, the more that we can actually be it consciously as a human. Then manifestations happen faster because we're in our joy. We are in love. We are enjoying life. Enjoying life. We are enjoying conversations with people. We are seeking out and exploring life instead of waiting for life to happen to us. Katur akaya asaha kati. And again, these are not goals. These are just byproducts of spending time with our inner being. It must happen by law. And if we hope to see our light inside of us, we will eventually. If we desire to see the light inside of us, we will eventually. You are exactly where you intended to be right here and now. Regardless of how much contrast you have experienced in the past, it is a new now. I concur. It's a new now. Everything can change in this new now. You can enlighten your load by looking at the positive aspects of your life. No matter how small they are, by focusing upon them, you are sending them energy, and they grow and they grow and they grow. No utahatariatakaha. Let us begin. Water is life, my friends. No utakariata. It is raining again, but I hear from the weatherman, or at least from the forecast, that it might actually be summer tomorrow. These 50s and 60s are killing this St. Pete boy. I will get to 88 degrees soon enough. And driving around with the windows down. Right now I'm driving around with the windows down and the heat on. With my sweater on and my jacket on. Who would have thought that on June 16th that the high would be 60 degrees? Okay, I invite you to sit. Or lie down. Or maybe even sit in seated meditation. With your legs crossed easily. If you do not have to do so in full lotus, but if you can, more power to you. If it serves you. So let us straighten our spine. No otukachaata arihikatarahasa. And maybe even close your eyes if you're comfortable. No hukutura hayatata. As we focus our awareness on our breath, nihokotura hayata, as we slowly begin to deepen our breath, and as we deepen our exhale, as we listen to the sound of our breath going in, as we listen to the sound of our breath exhaling, as we feel how it feels when we breathe in, as we feel how it feels when we exhale. And a few more breaths on our own. And let us focus our awareness on our heart centers. For in our heart center, is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire, removes debris from our chakras, and brightens our already bright light. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all, in every way, and everywhere, and every when. Creating a safe place for us to chant, to breathe, to meditate, and to spend time in our own pure energy. And we ask the Holy Fire to only allow in that which is for our highest good and the highest good of all. Huso oturia cha anata aihe kataha aturo o shanohoto oriata. And I invite you to start the divine flow if you have not done so already. Let us take the energy in our heart centers and purify all the chakras. Let us move it up through the chakras, through Vishuddha, purifying it, through Anya, purifying it, through Sahasrara, purifying it, through Vyapini, purifying it, moving it up through all of the realms of reality, Niharachakatata, Arahukotoro, Unororioto, and entering the highest source of consciousness, Niioriocho Okohorahataka, the home of the holy fire, the home of unconditional love, where there is no judgment, where there is no ego, Kuturiyatata, where it always respects free will, Nihira Ashahata Warayata, and where the power and perception is unlimited. Nioryocho oko atatiyariata. And let us bring back more pure holy fire, Niarya Chokohotoko, down through the realms, purifying the chakras, na akaturiatata, through Vyapini, purifying it, through Sahasrara, purifying it, through Anya, purifying it, through Vishuddha, purifying it, and back into Anahata, our heart center. Combining this energy thoroughly, Niaryochikoho, and purifying the chakra, Nihakatu Urhatata. Now let us ground this energy effectively and purify the lower chakras, Nohukuta Aryataha Niarata, moving this energy down, Notokurishkotoho, and moving it through Manipura and purifying it, Nohutukuryata, moving it through Svadhisthana and purifying it, moving it through Muladhara and purifying it, moving it through Vasundhara and purifying it, growing roots down, down, down into Mother Earth, Nihakatara Harskatatiariata, wrapping these roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug, Konotora Hatatiriata, and bringing back her grounded love, Nahakatara Arshehisa Ayakotoria Tudaharta, up through the root system, moving it through Vasundhara and purifying it, and grounding it, Nyaryachukuhusukoto, moving it through Muladhara, purifying it, moving it through Svadhisthana, purifying it, moving it through Manipura, purifying it, moving it back into Anahata, our heart center, thoroughly combining this energy and purifying it, Nyaryacha Aturo Hokanoriyoto, and let us turn over to our inner being to continue this process without any conscious thought, all on its own, effortlessly, naturally, and completely. Niharyacha akatata arahasotoro uchahya asaya hatakata nananata arhita artuhuru ushanahataka. And on the exhale, with intention, let us push this energy out from our heart center. Let us push it, let's radiate it outward from each of the chakras. Let's radiate it out of our physical bodies. Let us radiate it out of our energetic field, our aura. And let us radiate it outward into every aspect of our awareness, completely, naturally, effortlessly, in every way, and everywhere, and every when, pervading all of existence, all of reality, pervading all of awareness. Nihakatar arhasa artakanada arihisotor hokotoriata. And let us create in our mind's eye a chest of our own creation. And let us put in this chest all of our anger, all of our worries, all of our fears, all of our doubts, everything on our to-do list, our honey-do list, our shopping list, our homework list, anything we're going to do the rest of the day, this weekend, next week, anytime in the future, anything that has already happened today, earlier in the week, or any time in the past. Let us also put in all of our grief, all of our anger, all of our shame, all of our guilt. And let us also ask our inner being to put in that which it feels no longer serves, and that also that anything that may take away from our time with the chant, our time with our breath, our time with meditation, and our time with our own true energy. Nihutur urshaha ayakanahatitiraha. Let us close the lid on this chest, and let us set it aside. It will be there for you at the end of meditation, if you so desire. And do not be surprised if there are things that are no longer in this chest, because you truly believe that they no longer serve, and you will not miss them. We will start off with one Aum. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times on the 8 count using the Mala of Joy. And the default audio track will let us know when we move up through the chakras and when we're on the last one. And we will close out with one Aum. No Uturu Hukashahesa Akara Ashanati Dada Aturu Hushanananiariata. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Starting off with Vasundhara, and a breath in to chant.
Om Mani Padme
Atanate
Hum.
Atiti Arihakatara Hotoro. Ashahanati Arihisa. Shashahakati Atara Hatakai.
Padme
Shushukoto
Hum.
Urohonotoroho. Shahea Asanahakati. Otoro Ohona.
Om
Ashahea Aska
Mani
Esa.
Padme
Arshono no
Hum.
Otohorohotora. Shaheka Asana. Atura Hokatora Hasai.
Om
Atura Ana
Mani
Hasaea.
Padme
Shushuko
Hum.
Orohona. Achaharieta Atar Hasana. Huturu
Om
Ushanahatakahe.
Mani
Arahasa
Padme
Ake.
Hum.
Karsono Orohotatar Shahi. Haturo Unahatidira.
Om Mani
Kashihiaya Akaturo.
Padme
Huturu
Hum.
Unahasa. Arahahe Akahasiria. Haturo O Kanahatidira.
Om Mani Padme
Konoroto Hota.
Hum.
Shaheka Asahakahe. Haturo O Kanahaturo Hata.
Om
Shaheka Asana.
Mani Padme
Otoro
Hum.
Konahati. Aturo Honoto Uchahaya Asahaya Akahaya
Om
Shahaya
Mani
Anahata
Padme Hum.
Koryoko Hoso Ota Kashahakana Hasiria Haturo
Om
Otanahasa
Mani
Achaheka
Padme Hum.
Kohonoto Orho Huturo Utanatia Katata
Om
Atariata
Mani Padme
Koshohokotoraha
Hum.
Artaharieta Atanahaka Atoro O Hokoshahisa
Om Mani
Hatorahaya
Padme
Anaha.
Hum.
Moving up to Muladhara.
Om
Hotoro Unahasi
Mani Padme
Achihitiyatahata
Hum.
Aturo Onahotoro Shohyoko Otarahasa Aturo O
Om
Anahata
Mani Padme Hum.
Atihiarahata Akahe Haturo Onohotohoraha
Om
Hashanahaya
Mani Padme
Aturoto
Hum.
Urshanaha Hisaya Akanahatitiriaraha Nataharika
Om Mani
Nataharaka
Padme
Atitaha
Hum.
Huturo Uhonahatari Arwakashihe Natarihia
Om Mani
Aturo
Padme
Uhonatea
Hum.
Hacha Arihika Korhono Ototorhata
Om Mani
Kataharita
Padme
Atar
Hum.
Anahasea Shaihaka Araha Nata Arhika Aha
Om
Shosho
Mani
O
Padme
Turata
Hum.
Kanahatita Shaya Oroho Hutoturo Hushanaha
Om
Katihiriata
Mani Padme
Aturo
Hum.
Ohkonohoroha Ashahanata Kahe Kanata
Om
ahatireha.
Mani Padme
Huturu
Hum.
unahatata ahaya. Kataharihita ah. Shoyoko uturuha.
Om
Kanata
Mani
arihita aha.
Padme Hum.
Konoto uruhata ahea. Kashahayaka asana.
Om
Atuhuroto
Mani
otora.
Padme
Shashirta
Hum.
anahatita ha. Kotuhurana a. Atihiarata ate.
Om
Hotoro
Mani
okona.
Padme
Itahata
Hum.
ariha. Moving up to Svadhisthana.
Om
Hotoro
Mani
unahatitihi.
Padme
Shaheka asana
Hum.
heta. Atuhuroto ochaya. Atihiti arianaha.
Om
Ataharita ohona.
Mani Padme
Atuhura
Hum.
ashaheka. Haturu ohonoto. Utaharihi. Ashahaka
Om
anahasi.
Mani
Haturo
Padme Hum.
hokonohoto. Utakaheha asha. Atwarahata asanaha.
Om
Kachaharihiasa.
Mani Padme
Shayak
Hum.
anahatitira. Haturo okanahoto. Hatawa ashaha.
Om
Kaihira
Mani
naharaha.
Padme
Aturo
Hum.
otonohoto o. Hatahatitaha. Kashahaya uro.
Om Mani
Achahare
Padme
huso
Hum.
okoturuha. Sahia atanahata. Shahiaka atura.
Om
Karihaka nahate
Mani
arihi.
Padme
Haturo
Hum.
okonohorto araha. Kashahanata arihi. Kotoro hoko asaha.
Om Mani
Haturo onoto
Padme
orahata
Hum.
aha. Kashahea asa. Kaya konoro hotora.
Om
Anahasia
Mani
rahata.
Padme
Kata
Hum.
ataharihita. Kashako orota. Kashahana ataharihi. Nata
Om
iria tahana
Mani
atakahi.
Padme Hum.
Haturo hokotoroha. Atuarahata arshaha. Achihita
Om
karahatare.
Mani Padme
Atuhuroto
Hum.
oto. Katuhuroto urshanahataka. Atuhuro
Om
okanahata
Mani
arhita aha.
Padme Hum.
Moving up to Manipura. Hoturo
Om
unahatatahi.
Mani Padme
Kashihia atanaha.
Hum.
Shahiko orohotatarana. Aturo unahatata aha.
Om Mani
Atuhuroka.
Padme Hum.
Atuhurota otonaha. Aturo uhushana atahtiraha.
Om
Hotoro ohunata
Mani
arhika.
Padme Hum.
Achaharanahasi. Atuhurata akaya. Haturo ohono.
Om
Uturo hosaya.
Mani Padme
Atakaheata ana.
Hum.
Atuhuroto okashahe. Haturo ohonate. Ashaheta
Om
atana.
Mani Padme
Atuhuroko ashaha.
Hum.
Atuhurona aturaha. Ashahaya atare hasaka.
Om Mani
Hatura
Padme
anahasa.
Hum.
Achihiri arahanata urhoko. Uturhakaya. Ashahana
Om
atarhasa.
Mani Padme
Aturo
Hum.
ohono okahaya. Kashahaya atarita. Atuhuroka
Om
osanahata.
Mani
Aturo
Padme Hum.
otonohoka oha. Ataharita a. Karshahana arahata.
Om
Aturo
Mani
uhukono.
Padme Hum.
Atuaha atati. Atakanahatiriarha. Hotoro
Om
orhanata arshe.
Mani Padme
Ataharhasa akaha.
Hum.
Konohoroto otohorohi. Aturo onohoto
Om
otana
Mani
eriha.
Padme
Arwahashae.
Hum.
Kashahanata arhata ehe. Haturo o kanahatitaha.
Om Mani
Arhoshono
Padme
anahata.
Hum.
Moving up to Anahata.
Om
Atariakasha
Mani
avatavarto.
Padme Hum.
Atono ora asha atita. Ara asha atanata
Om
ato.
Mani Padme
Haturo okasha.
Hum.
Atana asha eata ariara.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atorusha oko ornata. Arya ata.
Om Mani Padme
Atora
Hum.
asha anarka eata. Oto orata. Atara ashanata.
Om Mani
Atoro okona
Padme
ataria.
Hum.
Atora asha. Arasha ayaka. Atoro ohana.
Om Mani Padme
Atoro
Hum.
osha anoto oro. Ota arakaya. Ato orosha ana.
Om
Atoro
Mani
ona adama.
Padme
Aro
Hum.
arsha anata aka. Ato oroka oshana. Atoro oshana
Om
ato oro.
Mani
Ata
Padme
artana
Hum.
akea. Ato oraka asa. Atoro okana atama.
Om
Atoro
Mani
okana ataria.
Padme Hum.
Arsha onoto ora. Are iacha anata iata.
Om
Atoro
Mani
ota ata
Padme
arieto.
Hum.
Atoro ona asa eka. Atoro okona ata.
Om Mani
Achura haka asana.
Padme Hum.
Atoro o arshana. Atora aka ai. Atana
Om
roka.
Mani
Atsia
Padme Hum.
anahata. Moving up to Vishuddha.
Om
Konoto
Mani
urahana.
Padme
Shahia ta
Hum.
arhetoro ukonaha. Hatoro ukonoho roto urahati.
Om Mani
Atihiriata anaha.
Padme Hum.
Aturo hokataraha. Haturo unohoto urahatata arshi.
Om Mani
Kashahanata
Padme
arhukoto.
Hum.
Ashohokonora hata a. Haturo ohona ata
Om
harhi.
Mani
Ashahana
Padme
aihia.
Hum.
Atohoroto utkonaha. Aturo unohoto ushahaya.
Om Mani
Atohorota ana.
Padme Hum.
Ashahoko orohata aha. Aturo ohona ata harhito. Uta
Om
arahasha.
Mani Padme
Akahanara
Hum.
atitaha. Haturo ukonoro. Atuhura hatitaha. Atuhura
Om
anahaka
Mani
ea.
Padme
Atuhurata
Hum.
a. Atuhurota urshahnata. Atoro ohoko ushahna
Om
ataharhi.
Mani Padme
Atuhura
Hum.
anahata arakahe. Kata adharaharsha. Arhoko onoro.
Om
Atuhura
Mani
ashahia.
Padme Hum.
Atuhuru unahata tahrihi. Arihikataha.
Om
Kanato
Mani
orhoto oraha.
Padme Hum.
Hatur unahata arahi. Ashakohora Atuhura
Om
anahata kahe.
Mani Padme
Ashahana
Hum.
akehera. Kanata arha. Arahoko orha. Arshahaya
Om
asahayaka.
Mani Padme
Itoro uta
Hum.
anaha. Moving up to Anya. Kotor
Om
osana
Mani
hasaiti arha.
Padme Hum.
Kator hokota. Ataharata arshihia. Aturo onoto
Om
ushaha.
Mani
Hatura
Padme
okonahatiti.
Hum.
Kata arhashae. Hatura okonaha. Hatura
Om
ohona to
Mani
arhatata.
Padme
Hatura
Hum.
akahana. Arihikacha atadidiara. Haturo okonahata
Om
arhi.
Mani
Koto arhuta
Padme
atata
Hum.
ashaya. Atokurata a. Haturo ohonaha.
Om
Ataharihisa.
Mani
Achahata
Padme
araheka a.
Hum.
Aturo uhunoto. Uhuta. Ataharita a. Achahaka
Om
anaha.
Mani
Haturo
Padme
uhunoto.
Hum.
Hutur anaha. Shahiaka ata. Atura hanahatita.
Om Mani
Atura okanahata
Padme
ahe.
Hum.
Ashahaka asa. Ataharita aha. Kono oto orha.
Om Mani
Atuwarahashia.
Padme Hum.
Achuhoroto okaha. Haturo onahata kahea. Achahara asaha.
Mani
Atiria
Padme
akaharasa.
Hum.
Haturo okna haturo. Kurya taharata.
Om
Kashahaya
Mani
akataraha.
Padme
Haturo
Hum.
okonohoraha. Ashahua ata. Aturo hokono
Om
uhoro
Mani
achayata.
Padme Hum.
Atahaheta arhitso utoro. Konahatara hata ita.
Om
Hata aturo
Mani
urhonata.
Padme Hum.
Atahira anaha. Moving up to Sahasrara.
Om Mani
Kanete ita hati
Padme
itaha.
Hum.
Atahara otono. Utura hashaya. Hatura unohata ti
Om
iraha.
Mani
Ashahoko
Padme
oroho.
Hum.
Utuhurata atara. Shahita atire hanatoho. Atura aha.
Om Mani
Achihira
Padme
akaya.
Hum.
Katura uhunahati. Kashahia ataraha. Achuhuroto okoha.
Om Mani
Aturo uhonoro.
Padme Hum.
Uhutoro. Uhuta ahatiara. Hiso okohonaharia.
Om
Achuhurotaha.
Mani
Anahaka
Padme
eashaha.
Hum.
Haturo uhuhuna. Itiariataha. Atuhuroto.
Om
Haturo
Mani
uhukono. Ucha
Padme Hum.
arahatitaha. Aturo ohono okohoshaya. Sai akatitiariaha.
Om
Arahoko
Mani
onoroha.
Padme Hum.
Achuhuroto otahana atira. Arahoko osaha.
Om
Achuhurata'a.
Mani
Aturo
Padme
onohoko.
Hum.
Atahatitaha. Haturo ohonga. Atehariata. Haturo
Om
ohona.
Mani Padme
Atiarihahata.
Hum.
Achuhoko noroho. Uturiata aha. Aturo
Om
onohoto.
Mani
Uriataha.
Padme Hum.
Aturo unataha. Kushahaya ka asahaye. Kashahaka
Om
narihata.
Mani Padme
Aturo
Hum.
unohotohaya. Konoto urhata.
Om Mani Padme
Atihiriata
Hum.
anaha. Moving up to Vyapini.
Om
Konoto uhutu
Mani
uha.
Padme
Ashahaya
Hum.
atarahata. Aturya shaata araki. Hatur unohoto.
Om
Ashahaya
Mani
akaha.
Padme
Atura
Hum.
hokonoroho. Huturo ushanahasa. Hata aria oto.
Om Mani
Hachukuroto o.
Padme Hum.
Ashohoko oto hariataha. Kashahia ko ora. Akanahatitaha.
Om Mani
Ashohoko
Padme
urhokataha.
Hum.
Atuhuriata'a. Atuhuriachaaha. Tana
Om
atahata.
Mani
Achihirioko
Padme
oha.
Hum.
Aturo hokonoro ohotaaha. Arhaki asha.
Om
Aturiata
Mani
atanariata.
Padme
Atur
Hum.
hoko unahata. Atuhuriachaaha. Ashahea. Aturo
Om
uhunahati.
Mani Padme Hum.
Kononoto urohata. Katiari hosho otorhata.
Om
Atuhuru
Mani
unohoto.
Padme
Ashaheka
Hum.
ata. Atuhuriacha akuho. Aturo hokono uhuta aha.
Om Mani
Arhiso
Padme
okohoraha.
Hum.
Atuare achihita aha. Atur unohoko uta atare hashaha.
Om Mani
Ashihariakaha.
Padme
Atuhurioto
Hum.
unoho. Atoro okohona. Atahata ashi. Aturiata.
Om
Atahana
Mani
aturaha.
Padme
Aturo.
Hum.
Last one.
Om
Huturo unahata
Mani
arhi.
Padme
Atahirsha.
Hum.
Anahaka. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Stay here for as long as you like. Nihoryocho otorohokata. Maybe even pause the video nihokatariartaha, to spend more time in the energy. Niarahacha ayato. And when you are ready, siata nahatiriarata. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Nihakatura. Slowly deepen your breath. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Hutur akanata atita hatara. Kashiatara hakatatiriha. Kashanati tiriara. Atur ukutara atahanati argeta. Congratulations, my friends. We have completed, you have completed day number 59 of Shine. I encourage you to journal. Whether you write it down in a notebook, in a journal, in a diary, whether you type yourself an email, send yourself a text message, whether you draw light codes, paint, draw with pencil, or whatever it is of your means of expression about this experience, I encourage you to document it so that you can come back later at any time in the future to re-experience it, to see where you are now, where you were then, the difference, the change. We are the masters of change. We are the master humans. This is the master class. But the best part of this is that there is nothing to remember. There's nothing to study. There are no courses to take. Because you are 100% successful in everything that you do and everything that you manifest. Simply, if you wish to manifest more things as you prefer, your inner being is inviting you to align with joy, to use joy as your guidance system. And if you're not experiencing joy, try something different. Just change your perspective. A simple shift by a millimeter is enough to change your perspective. Just by going, it is a new now. Is enough to change your perspective. I can think differently now. I can choose differently now. I can think thoughts of joy which bring out my joy, which is my true, authentic self. There is no difference between the holy fire, the true light, unconditional love, non-judgmentalness, joy, bliss, gratitude. There are so many names for your inner being. There are so many names for God. Abundance, satisfaction, ease. We don't have to go through those high, lofty words of virtue. Those are simply byproducts of living our joy. It's as simple as that. 55:05. Kasa akatiti ariahata. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss, Katia. Hatukuria cha atakuria tata. I'm looking forward to the summer tomorrow. I'm looking forward to less rain, although this rain has been easy and gentle. And shine on, rain or shine, and make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else?